So what's the lesbian takeback, huh? Let's talk about that. I've noticed something lately. Actually, I've been noticing it for quite some time now, and it just keeps getting worse. There's like a virus. There's like a rot in the lesbian community that just keeps growing and growing, and I don't like it. Now, who am I to really be like, well, I don't like it, so let's just stop it? No, I'm nobody. But I want to talk to you guys about it. And that's what this whole channel is about, really, to talk to you, my fellow lesbians, about what's going on in our lesbian community, about the rot that has permeated into it and is expanding. Well, for one thing, the term lesbian keeps being forcefully evolved to mean something entirely different than it is always meant. And I don't recall there ever being like a poll or like a, I don't know, uh, community post or it's a questionnaire asking all of us if we were okay with that. Well, did you get one? Did you get an email asking you, can we change the definition of lesbian to include, well, everybody, even people who have penises, and even people who, are of no gender whatsoever, that refuse to even say they're a woman? Did anybody ask you if it was okay that if, you as a lesbian, that, you'd be just fine and dandy with having sex with, I don't know, a real life penis? Personally, I was not asked any of this. And you probably weren't either. I mean, I'm speculating here, obviously, but I'm pretty sure that you were not asked your opinion either. Just a whole bunch of people who call themselves queer, whatever the fuck that means nowadays, considering it used to be something that, was used to call any homosexual as an insult, is now being touted out as a whole group of people, an umbrella term for anybody and everybody who just, I don't know, goes against gender norms, which unfortunately then includes most homosexuals, including most lesbians, because let's face it, before this whole gender movement, homosexuals were the ones who, didn't conform to the gender ideology. We didn't conform to the gender norms. But you know what? That, was just who we were. I'm sorry. I don't want to wear a dress every goddamn day of my life. Does that make me queer? Does that make me a man? Does that make me, I don't know, some other form of gender that I just, make up and pull out of my ass? No, it doesn't. But there's this queer movement that is permeating our communities. So much so that, I went on when I decided, for myself, that I actually wanted to put myself out in the world and, find some friends and find some people of like-minded, I don't know, lifestyles. I actually went back on Facebook. That was a mistake. Well, not really. I met my girlfriend on Facebook, so that's good. But I joined some, lesbian groups. And well, let's say these weren't lesbian groups. Even though lesbian was in the name, these were not lesbian groups. They're open to everybody. Anybody who considered themselves LGBT. Anybody. Just anybody. And anytime I saw anything that, because keep in mind this, if you'll learn, I'm an opinionated bitch. Just, that's just me. It's just how I am. Can't be helped. But I have opinions. And anytime I'd see a post or something that I'm like, wait a minute, that has nothing to do with lesbians. You're not talking about lesbians. That's heterosexual. That's this. That's bisexual. That's not lesbian. Or if a man dressed however he wants, because, go ahead, do you, babe. But you're still not, a lesbian. Just anybody that was like, wait a minute. That's not I thought this was a lesbian group. If I chimed in with, wait a minute, that's not it. That's totally not it. Well, then I would get in trouble. I would get bombarded and be called all these sorts of names and um, told I was mean for stating the obvious and the truth. I was mean. And then I was kicked out of these groups that was supposedly for lesbians because lesbian was in the name, but you weren't allowed to be an actual lesbian in these fucking groups. And I had so many people in these groups, when they'd see my comments, be like, they'd message me and be like, oh, I totally agree. This is bullshit. Oh my God. But I still got kicked out of the group. And nobody else stood up. Nobody else opened their mouths. So, when lesbian groups and lesbian community are no longer allowed to be lesbians, what the fuck is happening to our community? What is happening? I'm really peeved about this, if you haven't noticed. And, well, I'm really peeved at all these other lesbians who agree with me, who agree that there is a rot in our community. but they won't speak up. Now, I understand why. Because anytime you speak up, you basically, like I was, get called all sorts of names and called mean and just all this bullshit. You get fucking run over and kicked out of these communities that you are supposed to be a part of. So a lot of women and a lot of lesbians are scared. But you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're scared. But you are part of the rot. It's not just these other people who are trying to force these changes on our community. You are also a part of the rot because you're scared and you're letting it happen. Now, I don't hold it against you. I don't. Because what this is about, what the Lesbian Takeback is about, is a motherfucking rally call. I'm here to talk to you all and light a fucking match under your asses. Where the fuck are you? Where are you, strong, beautiful women? Where are you? How are you cowering down to this? Stop it. Speak the fuck up. Our community has always been a strong community. In the past, throughout these years, we have fought for our own independence, for the independence of women, the independence of lesbians, the independence of other homosexuals and bisexuals. We have fought, and we have fought hard. And now, all of a sudden, we're just sitting back and acting like nothing when everything we've worked for is being taken from us, is being shat upon. I don't fucking think so. So I'm here to try to rally you motherfuckers, to rile you up. It's time for the Lesbian Takeback. It's time to take back our fucking community. We are lesbians. We are women who are sexually attracted to only other women. It's that fucking simple. So join the movement, please. Open your mouths. Speak up. I am hoping that we all come together. I'm hoping to bring enough of us together that the scared ones can see that you have support. Our lesbian community was supposed to be about support. Support for other lesbians. Support for the homosexual community as a whole. But we're not supporting one another. So let's come together and support one another. Back up other women. Back up other lesbians. Put your goddamn boot to the ground and take back our community.